What's up, peeps? So as it turns out, my car is really jacked up, and has to be in the shop. So I got to borrow a friend's car for tonight for work. And I had to send a quick video as I'm walking to work, and just say, when that happened, I went home and I was just sitting in my shit and sitting in my head and really upset, and was really starting to have like horrible thoughts. And this is what happens to me, man. Like, I can easily go down that hole, and the anxiety about life leads to depression, and the depression goes down an endless hole. And so I'm really trying to change my perspective on life and how I look at things. Right now I'm lucky enough to where I have a job that I can walk to in a couple minutes, and I'm lucky enough to have somebody to give me a hand and lend me their car for the night so I can work. And I'm lucky enough to where the shop that I go to actually hooks us up, because we're friends. I'm not their friend, but my company and their company work pretty close together. So the moral of the story is, and you may not want to hear this shit, and most of the time when I'm in my shit, I don't want to hear it either, but I'm learning how to do this, man. And really it takes like 5 minutes. If you're sitting in your shit for 5-10 minutes, do whatever it takes to start thinking positive. Look at motivational speakers, and read whatever it takes. Get out of your shit, because there is always a silver lining, man. Like, I got bills coming up, I got all this stuff, I got all this stress on me right now, and now I lose my truck, and I'm just sitting there like dwelling in my shit, thinking the worst. And I watched a lot of motivational speakers that I talked about in past videos and stuff, and it just helps me to remember that, to be grateful. I really forget that. I forget that almost daily, to be grateful for the things I do have. We're lucky, man. We are lucky in this to live in this country right now. That we are extremely lucky. I'm extremely lucky for having what I have, even though it's not much. I really am. And I'm about to go to work, but I had to stop and say that, because this shit's important. If you're anything like me, then that's what happens. You get inside your head, and you could just go to that dark place and stay there. And man, I've spent weeks there, and just thinking the worst thoughts ever. But so just try to look for the silver lining, man. There is always a silver lining. Sometimes it's just hard to see, but whatever you do, get yourself out of that shit. Get yourself out of that thinking. Fuck that thinking. That thinking is trying to kill you. That is not you. That is the anxiety. That is the depression. That's not who you really are. Just remember that shit. Do your best, stay positive, and I'll do my best to do the same. All right, peeps.